Hello everyone, Nightmare Nemo here, and welcome back to Let's Read Give Yourself Goosebumps. This time around, we're going to be covering probably like one of the weirdest looking. The cover and the title is just so bizarre and off the wall. So this is Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter. And then there's the back, which is really just a close-up of the cover. Talk about snack attack. So if you're new to this series, Let's Read Give Yourself Goosebumps is basically where I pick a Give Yourself Goosebumps book and I read it out loud, and the object is to get to one good ending with 2 tries. So we can have like one bad ending and we'll be fine, but the second one, that's it, we're done. So this is number 6 in the series, and of course it has 20 different scary endings. So I'm guessing that includes the good and the bad endings, I believe. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get into it. So alright. You can't believe your parents did this to you. Your mom and dad are off to Europe on a business trip, so you have to spend the summer in Fiskville with Aunt Fiona and Uncle Harvey, which means spending the summer with your cousins Barney and Dora, which means a summer of torture. Barney is a year older than you and a bully. Dora is a year younger and a whiny pest. Not what you had in mind for your summer vacation. You stare glumly out the car window as your aunt and uncle drive home from the airport. Aunt Fiona turns around in the front seat and beams at you. Barney and Dora can't wait till we bring you home, she squeals. I'll bet, you think. Bad news, Barney can't wait to pound me into the ground. Dora the drag can't wait to rope me into playing with her dolls. That sounds like fun. Uncle Harvey pulls the car into the driveway. You stare at the house. It's 2 stories high and run down. The lawn is choked with weeds. The front steps are cracked and crumbling. Not very promising. At least the creepy cousins aren't around, you think. Maybe you can sneak off before they know you're here. Bad chance. Then a loud bang makes you nearly jump out of your skin. Barney runs out the front door, letting it slam behind him. You slowly step out of the car. Barney's pudgy face breaks into a mean grin under his thick blonde hair. Even though he's only a year older than you, he's twice your size. While your aunt and uncle unload the car, he punches you on the arm. Hard. Hi, wimp, he snarls. Dora skips around the side of the house holding her obnoxious orange cat, Puff. Dora's dark hair hangs in 2 long braids over her shoulders. She eyes you with a smirk, then giggles. Puff hisses at you. What a summer, you think. Maybe you can spend your entire vacation upstairs in your room. But no, we've been waiting for you, Barney says. Let's play hide and seek. Oh no, you think? It's starting. I have to interact with these horrible people. It's nice to see you already having fun, Aunt Fiona gushes. Your uncle and I have to go back to work at the university. I'll take your suitcase upstairs for you. No, really, protests. I don't mind. Nonsense, Uncle Harvey responds. You kids go on and play. There's just one thing. It's very important. You can play anywhere you want, but don't go in the basement. Okay, I'm gonna play on the moon. Sounds good. He said I can go anywhere I want, right? So I'm gonna play on the moon. No take-backs. Let's see. Why can't we go in the basement, you ask? We haven't cleaned it out since we moved in. Aunt Fiona tells you, the people who owned the house before us were very strange. We don't know what's down there. It could be dangerous. Oh, there could be a haunted piano or something. I don't know. Let's get started. Barney commands when his parents have gone inside. You remember the hide-and-seek rules. I remember, you sigh. Who could forget? Whoever it gets to pound anyone he catches, Barney reminds you. Fine, you say. I'll go first. Sorry, Barney replies. It's my house. I'll beat it to start. Now go hide while I count to 100. He laughs as he waves his fist in your face. Then he shuts his eyes. So, okay. Why don't we just skip to the chase and he can beat the crap out of me. I don't have to wait in suspense to get my face pounded. It's terrible. It's terrible kids. One Barney counts 2, 3, 4, 27, 28, 50. It's classic. As usual, cousin is cheating. You'll have to find a place to hide fast. But where? Dora drops Puff and runs around to the back of the house. You want to stay as far away from her as possible. You glance around, then tiptoe into the house. You find yourself in a small living room crowded with furniture. You don't have much time. Where can you hide? You dodge around a couple of chairs, then you head for a hallway that leads to the kitchen. 70, Barney shouts from outside. 81, 86. You spot a doorway to the right of the refrigerator. You pull the door open. Steep, splintery steps lead down into a dark, musty-smelling room. It must be the way to the basement, but your aunt and uncle warned you to stay out of it. 93, Barney shouts. Quick, make a decision. Should you forget about your aunt and uncle's warning to hide in the basement or find somewhere else to hide? So the two options are go to the basement or find another hiding place. I mean, come on. I mean, they're practically inviting me to go down to the basement. You know, parents always say, like, don't do this, you know, don't go there. And it's just kids thinking, like, I gotta do that. So, yeah, it's totally going there. Unless there's something horribly, like a monster down there and they want me to die. And then, like, yeah, totally don't go in the basement. But we totally want you to get eaten by the monster down there. This is reverse psychology. That'd be cool. You glance around quickly to make sure no one is watching. Then you push open the basement door and start down. The stairs are old. They creak into every step you take. Cobwebs brush your face. What could be down there that's so dangerous, you wonder? You reach the bottom of the stairs. The floor is so dusty and looks as if it's been cleaned in 100 years. Feeble daylight filters through a big, filthy window at the back of the room. You start to explore, but there's nothing much to see. Mostly old, dusty, worn furniture, old couches, old chairs, an old mattress, an old refrigerator and stove, both covered with rust, sit in one corner. Nothing dangerous, nothing even interesting, but maybe being down here is better than getting pounded by Barney. I mean, obviously. You sit in one of the old armchairs and wait. Sooner or later, Barney and Dora will get tired of their game. Soon it will be safe to go back upstairs. There's only one problem. A big problem. Okay. Your problem is that you're hungry. The plane ride to Fiskville was a long one. All you had to eat was an airline snack of peanuts and a soda, and now you realize that you're starving. Your stomach is growling so loudly you're almost afraid Barney and Dora will hear it. Right. That's not possible. You glance around the basement again. Maybe there are some cans of food. But no, the only shelves contain old carpenter's tools. The only cabinets are full of torn and dirty sheets and towels. You really don't want to go back upstairs. Not yet. Not with Barney the bully and Droopy Dora waiting for you. Love his use of alliteration there. I like this kid. This kid's going places. What about the old refrigerator? You see that is plugged in. Maybe there's something to eat inside. Trying not to get your hopes up too high, you approach the refrigerator. The door seems stuck, but you pull hard and it pops open. You spot two containers way in the back. You bend down to inspect them and gasp. There's stuff in them. Oh my god. I did not anticipate this. Something in the refrigerator smells great. It smells so good, your mouth starts watering. You were hungry before, but now you're ravenous. Whatever is giving out the smell best be the best tasting food in the world. You pull out the two containers and examine them. One is a small jar. At the bottom of the jar is a glop of disgusting looking purple goop. The other container is a white bakery box with a label that says Effie's Bakery Midvale in fancy writing. Ooh, fancy writing. Wow, special and fancy. Inside the box is a thick slab of chocolate cake. You lean down and sniff. To your surprise, the delicious aroma is coming from the purple goop. It smells like a combination of the best peanut butter and jelly in the world, with chocolate on top. The cake doesn't have any smell at all. Your stomach growls again. Which will you eat, the wonderful smelling purple goop or the chocolate cake? So, I mean, I have two choices, the cake or the goop. This, I feel like I'd be doing you guys a disservice to not try the purple peanut butter, because the book is called Beware the Purple Peanut Butter, and gotta find out what happens. So let's do this. So we're gonna try out the purple peanut butter. What could go wrong? I don't know. Let's see. Cautiously stick a fingertip in the purple goop. It feels soft and gooey like peanut butter. Whoa, 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 hold on. You're saying peanut butter feels like peanut butter. You're crazy. Just get out of town. You stick out your tongue and taste a teeny tiny taste. Awesome flavor. It's purple and it's slimy, but this weird peanut buttery goo tastes like a combination of every delicious dessert you ever had in your life. You lick the rest of the purple goo off your finger, then stick your finger back in the jar. You can't believe how yummy it tastes. You wish the whole jar was full of the purple paste. Oh, tastes. Oh, he rhymed the two sentences together. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, there wasn't very much, and soon the jar is empty. But you're not hungry anymore. In fact, you feel great. You shut the refrigerator door and flop back down in the armchair. A moment later, you hear a loud thump at the top of the stairs. You glance up. Your heart sinks when you see what's there. Oh no! It's your cousin Dora smirking at you from the top of the stairs. You're not supposed to be down here, she says. I'm going to yell. I'm going to yell. I mean, she's already yelling. I'm going to tell. Like, whoa, 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 hang on. I'm not supposed to be down here, but you should be not opening that door. And you're actually smarter than I thought you were. You actually figure it out. This is the best hiding spot in the whole entire house. Wait, you cry. It was an accident. I came in here by mistake. Yeah, sure, she taunts. But maybe I won't tell. If you play with me. Maybe, you say cautiously. Let's play dolls, she urges. I have a new dollhouse. You hate playing with Dora. She's really spoiled and has a tantrum if she doesn't get her way. I'll tell if you don't, Dora persists. What are you going to do? So just stand there and just hold my ground or play with her. Alright, I'm tired of crap. I'm gonna make a stand. I'm gonna make a line in the sand and be like, nah, I'm not budging. Let's see here. No way are you going to play with bratty Dora and her dumb dolls. You cross your arms over your chest and glare at your cousin. Go ahead and tell, you taunt. I don't care. You're going to be sorry, Dora sneers at you, and she disappears. You can hear her calling Barney. Oh great, you think. I'm going to get pounded. You can hear footsteps approaching. Your eyes dart around for a place to hide. You fling open the refrigerator and climb inside. The door swings shut behind you. No one's down here, Barney growls. But Barney, I tell you, from your cramped hiding place you can tell Dora's bewildered. You hear them clamber back upstairs. Fooled you, you gloat, but the joke's on you. When you try to open the door, it won't budge. You throw all of your weight against it, nothing. You realize you're stuck inside the refrigerator, and you are running out of air. Frantically, you pound and shout. No one hears you. It will be hours before Uncle Harvey and Aunt Fiona come home from work. Barney and Dora are probably playing outside. As you gasp for your final breath, you realize that even playing with Dora would have been better than this. Terrible end. So let's back this up. Okay. So, I mean, there's a couch and some other furniture here. His first thought is to hide in the refrigerator. Like, I don't know how big this kid is. So I'm thinking, wouldn't it be a little obvious? Like, he would have to, like, move stuff out of the refrigerator, right? Like, the metal trays and stuff. Or plastic trays, I don't know. Wouldn't they have Barney and Dora have seen that and then just kind of put two and two together, like, he's in the refrigerator. But, yeah, the hiding in the refrigerator. Weird. Okay. That's one way to die, I guess. That's pretty depressing. Kid trapped in a refrigerator. I can even see it, like, eventually there's gonna be like they're gonna call the police and there's gonna be an investigation, and when like the cops pry open the refrigerator and they see like my corpse in there, be like, oh god, this is terrible. Why? All right, let's see. Retraced where I was, and so this time I have no other choice but to play with Dora. So she'll keep her mouth shut. You figure it's too early in your visit to get into trouble. Alright, alright. Where's the dollhouse? You ask Dora. Out on the porch, your cousin answers. Follow me. Why the hell is your dollhouse outside? It should be inside. You get like bugs and like leaves and junk on it or stuff. Out on the porch. Okay. You start to follow Dora up the stairs when suddenly you have to stop. The strangest sensation comes over you. Your toes and fingers tingle and little pink dots swim before your eyes. Come on, Dora whines from the top of the stairs. You said you'd play. You shake your head and everything is back to normal again. That was weird to think. Maybe you just stood up too fast. No, I'm pretty sure something's going wrong there. We'll find out. You shake your head and everything is back to normal again. Okay. Dora stamps her foot impatiently. Do I have to sick Barney on you? She warns. I'm coming. You bound up the stairs. You feel a little tired. Those stairs must be steeper than they look. You follow Dora out to the porch and sit beside her in front of the dollhouse. You have to admit the dollhouse is pretty cool. It's 3 stories high and filled with miniature furniture. There's even a tiny piano and a little guitar. You reach into the dollhouse to move a chair. As you do, you notice Dora's eyes open wide in surprise. She's like, no, you're not allowed to touch any of the stuff in my dollhouse. I'm very picky about my things. What's wrong? You asked Dora. Why is your watch like that? She asked, pointing to your wrist. You glance where Dora is pointing and notice that your wristwatch is hanging loose from your wrist. That's strange. The watchman must have stretched. It's metal, Dora points out. How could it stretch? Didn't it fit when you got here? I guess so, you mumble. That's a good question, you realize. But one you don't have an answer for. Now you notice something else. When you first came here, you were 3 inches taller than Dora. Sitting beside her now, you seem to be the same height. How could that be possible? Okay, it seems fairly obvious. You're shrinking. that's how this works. This is common sense, kid. Your watch is tinier than it was before, and you're shorter. You shrunk. The purple peanut butter made you shrink. Spoilers. There's got to be a logical explanation. Maybe you didn't notice how much Dora has grown? No. Maybe you're losing weight? What? No. Maybe you're just imagining things. Maybe you're just crazy. Maybe you're an idiot. You can't realize what's going on. Come on. You're looking awfully thin, dear, Aunt Fiona tells you at supper that night. Have some more mashed potatoes. Yeah, wimp. Barney grins. Eat some of my food while you're at it. When his mother isn't looking, he dumps his broccoli on your plate. You ignore Barney. Because you just noticed something disturbing. The table seems a lot higher than it used to be. Something really bizarre is happening to you. I'll feel better after a good night's sleep, you think. That night you have weird dreams about pink dots and tinkling toes. And the next morning when you climb out of bed, your pajama bottoms fall off your body onto the floor. What is happening? You wonder in a panic. You pick up your pajama bottoms and examine them. They're exactly the same as they were last night. Of course they are. Because you now know what the problem is. Your pajamas haven't gotten bigger, Dora hasn't grown, and your watch band hasn't stretched. You have shrunk. Jeez, took them long enough to get to where we're at. Jeez. You run to the bathroom. The mirror is even higher than it was last night. You have to stand on a stool to peer into it. It's true, you look the same, but you're definitely smaller. Getting dressed, you notice that none of your clean clothes fit. They're all much too big, except the jeans and t-shirt you wore yesterday. They're smaller too. Whatever made you shrink also made them shrink? But what was it? Okay, so I understand the peanut butter makes him shrink because he ingested it, and so it's contact with his body. Why would the clothes shrink as well? Because they're not in contact with his body. They should stay the same size. That's why his wristwatch it stays the same shape and doesn't shrink down with him. Like, I don't know. Okay, yesterday you mutter, you pace around the room trying to remember everything you did in the last 24 hours. You're so freaked out, it's hard to concentrate. Okay, you say to yourself, trying to calm down. I've been on airplanes before, and I've never shrunk. I've had my aunt's cooking before, so it's not what I ate for dinner. Suddenly you snap your fingers. You figured it out, the purple peanut butter. Obviously. You never had anything like that before. In fact, you're not even sure what that purple goop was. You better find out and fast. You race downstairs and straight to the basement, but when you yank open the basement door, your heart stops. Oh no! I had a heart attack and I'm dead. Great. That's pretty dark ending there, Arlstein. It's gone. The refrigerator has disappeared. In fact, all the furniture in the basement is gone. Everything the basement is completely empty. You rush to the kitchen. Your aunt is just leaving the house to go to work at a university. Aunt Fiona, you cry. Where's the refrigerator that was in the basement? She frowns. Dora told me you were playing down there yesterday, she replies. What? No, I wasn't down there. Lies. Don't believe anything she says. She's a big fat liar. That rat, you played with her stupid dollhouse and she still told on you. Don't worry, Aunt Fiona goes on. I had all the furniture hauled to the dump early this morning. But you start to protest. Those old things were dirty and dangerous, she continues. Now it's safe for you kids to play down there whenever you want. She gives you a quick kiss and leaves before you can ask any more questions. You stare after her in shock. You're in big trouble, or rather in small trouble. You're still shrinking. What if you grow so small you'll disappear? Whoa. Be like an Ant-Man where you go into the quantum realm and you just keep shrinking until you're like into some other dimension. It's weird. Whatever. So if you think you can find the refrigerator at the dump, no. If you think yeah, I don't want to see a doctor. I'm perfectly fine. I'm sure there's like maybe there's some instructions on the back of the wrapper of the peanut butter jar. It's like, hey, just in case you ate this and didn't know it was going to shrink you, here's how to reverse it. You know. You decided to try to find the refrigerator. You need to get that jar. There may be a label on it that can tell you what to do, or at least what the purple peanut butter is. You race to the front door. You come to a side slop, slapping your hand to your forehead. You forgot. You don't know where the dump is or how to get there. Great. Your only hope is Barney. You'll be nice, you decide, polite. You'll even beg. You search the house for Barney. You find him in a den lying on the floor watching TV. Hi, Barney, you say sweetly. He grunts. He doesn't even glance at you. Barney? Hold it down, will you? He growls. He's watching King Kong. Probably identifying with the ape you figure. Ooh. Yeah, I can see that. That's great. Barney, please repeat. I need to. Would you shut up? Barney snaps. His eyes are still glued to the screen. Those weird pink dots are dancing in front of your eyes again. As soon as the tingling in your toes and fingers stop, you realize you've shrunk a few more inches. Now your head is level with the arm of the couch. When is the shrinking going to end? Are you going to shrink down to nothing? You already said that. And at this point, it should be fairly obvious to anybody else that's looking at me that I am like super tiny now. You have to get to the dump and you have to get there now. Barney's your only help. Please, Barney, I have to. What part of shut up don't you understand? Barney demands. I'm trying to watch TV. Do I have to teach you a lesson? As he pulls himself off the floor, you realize you're so low now he towers over you. Maybe this was a bad idea. I'll see you later, you say, and start to back out of your room, but Barney means business. You've seen that nasty expression on his face before. It means he's really mad. And when Barney's mad, watch out. Quick, where can you hide from your cousin? So we can either go to the kitchen and hide in the cupboard, or find a hiding spot outdoors. So that sounds good. Let's go ahead and do that. Plus, it's like only a few pages for where I'm at, so I'm lazy. So let's do this. Quickly, before your cousin can catch up to you, dart outside through the kitchen door. You may be small, but you can run fast. You glance around for a good hiding place. No time to be choosy. You dash onto the lawn, then duck under the porch. The kitchen door slams again. Then you hear Barney's footsteps clomping over your head. You crouch while Barney stumbles around on the lawn, calling your name. I'll give you 10 to come out, he shouts. You smile to yourself. How stupid can he be? Why should you come out and get beat up when you can relax under here, safe and comfortable? 1, Barney cries. 3, 7. He's cheating again, but you don't care. You're safe, at least for now, and you can wait a lot longer than Barney can count. Yep, just as you expected, Barney gets bored and heads back into the house. You figure you'll give Barney plenty of time to cool off. While you wait, you see those pink dots again, but other than that, it's pretty comfy on the porch. After you think you've waited long enough, you start to crawl out from under the porch, then you stop in horror. Oh no! It's like an ant or something. The porch has gotten enormous. It's gigantic and as big as an airplane hangar. Or maybe it's the same size. Maybe you're shrunk even more. Obviously. Your heart thunders in fright as you realize you keep shrinking till there's nothing left of you. A thick forest of grass lies between you and the porch steps. You glance up at the towering yellow tree and realize it's not a tree at all. It's a dandelion. You're as small as a bug. Your hands tremble and sweat pours down your face. You feel yourself beginning to panic. You take a deep breath, then you sit on a leaf and force yourself to think calmly. You still need to find the refrigerator. You have to get another look at the jar of purple peanut butter. That's the only way you can think of to figure out how to stop shrinking and get back to your normal size. Even though you're so tiny, you're not a quitter. Finding the refrigerator will just be a little more difficult, that's all. Feeling better, you stand up and prepare to make the long trek to the house. And then you hear a loud hissing sound. You glance up to see a pair of gigantic yellow eyes staring straight at you. Alright, this is probably Puff, right? The cat. The eyes are in the middle of an orange furry face. It looks like a giant tiger. The beast licks his lips. You realize it's not really a tiger, but it might as well be. It's Dora's cat, Puff. Called it. It doesn't know you're a human. All it knows is that you look a lot like dinner. Nice kitty, you say, backing off slowly. Dora pushes. Nice, Puff. Nice. Nice. It's cool. It's cool. We cool here. It's, you know. The cat blinks once and crouches low to the ground. The cat is about to pounce. You sprint to the steps. You have to stand on your tippy toes to reach the first one. You strain to pull yourself up by your hands. It's like climbing up the side of a building. You hear Puff behind you growling softly. The next step is much easier to climb. It's weathered and you see splinters as handholds. The last step is also covered with splinters. They catch on your clothes and poke your skin. You climb up as quickly as you can. You reach the porch exhausted. But you can rest. But you can't rest. Puff is preparing to spring straight toward you. The screen door is open a couple inches, but it's all the way across the porch. Do you have time to make it there? Let's see. Or should you head for Dora's dollhouse for a few feet away? I think I should be safe in the dollhouse. Like, that's the one place you'll never think that I'll be. You take a deep breath and dash for the dollhouse. Behind you, Puff pounces and lands on the porch. She immediately bounds after you. You feel your hot breath on your neck as you pull open the front door to the dollhouse. You throw yourself inside and slam the door. Meow. Puff screams in frustration. You peek through one of the windows to see her glaring at you. She tries to stick her paw in through the window, but her paw is too big. You glance around. It's a pretty nice dollhouse with comfortable furniture. Too bad the miniature TV doesn't work. Why would it work in the first place? You explore the rest of the dollhouse, but it's just more doll rooms. A doll family sits in the kitchen, but the refrigerator is fake, and so is the food. Obviously. Why is he surprised by any of this? It's a dollhouse. Of course everything's fake. You flop down on the blue and white striped sofa and glance through the window. Puff paces back and forth in front of the dollhouse. She knows you're inside. You don't dare leave as long as Puff is out there waiting for you. Then you hear something that gives you hope. It's a sound you never thought you'd be happy to hear. The voice of your cousin, Puff. Dora cries. What are you doing by the dollhouse? You hear a creaking noise and light floods the kitchen. Dora pulls the roof off the dollhouse. See, she tells Puff, there's nothing in here. What's that? Now you see her round eyes staring in at you. Why, it looks like a little person, she exclaims, reaching for you. I'm your cousin, you shout. Don't you recognize me? But your voice is a pathetic squeak. No way she can hear you. Cool, she murmurs. Another doll to play with. But I'm not a doll, you protest. Stay right here, Dora goes on. I'll go get some goodies for you to eat. We can play tea party. Won't it be fun? No. How can she not recognize me? I mean, I look exactly like her cousin. Whatever. Let's get this over with. Wait, you cry, but before you protest again, she replaces the lid on the dollhouse. All you can do now is wait for her to return. Maybe you'll be able to talk some sense into her, or maybe not. If only Puff would go away. And then you hear another voice from inside the dollhouse. Okay, what's going on here? Get ready for another crummy tea party, the voice says. You glance around, your heart pounding. Who said that? I did. The father doll replies. Its painted mouth doesn't move, but the voice is definitely coming from the doll. You can talk, you exclaim. Of course I can talk, he replies. So can you. All dolls can talk. I'm not a doll. Just get this straight. I'm not a doll. I'm a human. I shrunk. It's a completely legit story. Then what are you doing in our dollhouse? He walks towards you stiffly. Are you a burglar? No, no, you say. He may be a doll, but he looks strong. What? It's, okay, sure. Of course you aren't, says the mother doll. You are my new housekeeping doll. She brings you a tiny vacuum cleaner. But you start to protest. The mother doll glares at you. You shrug and start to vacuum. Even though it doesn't work, because everything's fake here. The new doll is dangerous. It needs to be locked up, the father doll insists. No, there's too much work to be done. There's cat hair everywhere, the mother doll tells him. You glance out the window. Puff's eyes glare back at you. Will Dora ever come back? You wonder as you vacuum the rug. With all the other cleaning you have ahead of you, a little tea would sure hit the spot. The end. So apparently, the purple peanut butter and everything, it shrinks you. So that's a lot of fun. I enjoyed both endings. Being trapped in the refrigerator and dying. That's a great lesson to tell kids. Hey kids, if you're playing hide and seek, or you're just hiding from some people, hiding in the refrigerator is a bad idea because you could be trapped in there. You'll suffocate and you die. It's great. Remember this, kids. It's an important lesson to take away with. And everyone's like really ridiculous. You shrunk to the size of a doll. You hide in a dollhouse, and yet you find out that the dolls are all alive, and they force you to be their housekeeper. Yeah, it's great. It's very much in the vein of how wacky and weird Goosebumps can get. And with the book being called Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter, I mean, I would expect nothing less. So, I mean, that's it for this. If you guys like this adventure and you want me to try some other stuff, like what would happen if I ate the chocolate cake, or if there's any Give Yourself Goosebumps books that you want me to try out that I haven't tried out. Alright, so that's it. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.